can you write off an overdrawn director's loan account? Yes, but not always. Okay, so if the company is solvent, you can write off an overdrawn director's loan account so long as the shareholders of the company agree. When the directors and the shareholders are the same person or the same people, then provided everybody's singing from the same hymn sheet, it's not normally a problem. But if it is the case that there is an issue, in other words, if the directors and the shareholders are not the same people, and the shareholders will not agree to the writing off of the overdrawn director's loan account, then the director has to repay it, or it certainly remains liable. But the more key issue is when the company is solvent. There's not a problem so much. The problem is much more likely to arise when the company is insolvent. And the reason is because the shareholders cannot ratify. The legal terminology is ratification. The shareholders are not in a position to ratify the write-off when a company is insolvent. Now, what that means is, or what that doesn't mean, is that you can never write off an overdrawn director's loan account when a company is insolvent. But what you should do is, in particular, if you are going to write off an overdrawn director's loan account when a company is insolvent, its impact is very limited. In other words, if the company goes into liquidation, the liquidator can effectively unwind that, because it could cause loss to the company. It could be a breach of duty. It could be all sorts of different things that mean that it's ineffective as a write-off from the point of view of a company going into liquidation and the Insolvency Act. A much more straightforward way of dealing with an overdrawn director's loan account when a company goes into liquidation is to write it off via the liquidator. And that means that you will ultimately have to come to an arrangement with the liquidator as to what is to be repaid and what is not. Any amount that is released or not repaid can potentially be written off by the liquidator, but it's the decision of the liquidator as to what the write-off position is. It is not the decision of the directors. And it's perfectly possible the liquidator will not agree to write any of it off, in which case the director will have to repay it in full, or negotiate in some way, and so on. Questions, queries, concerns, give us a shout. We know Insolvency inside out.